What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I want to give you guys some HBO updates. I just want to do the rundown, have the HBO edition, so I can kind of consolidate instead of making four separate videos about HBO, since it all kinds of ties into the same network. I figured I'd condense it into this episode of the rundown. So, first things first, Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley, they will be fighting. We know April 12th. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. I think this fight has so much significance, especially based on the controversy in the first fight, the injuries sustained from Timothy Bradley in the early rounds, and where both fighters are since then. I think Timothy Bradley's had to endure a lot from the public backlash that he got from beating Pacquiao to having a chip on his shoulder and fighting a dumb fight with Ruslan, almost getting his block knocked off. And same thing with Pacquiao. Pacquiao got knocked out, had to show the warrior inside of himself and come back against a relentless pressure fighter like Brandon Rios, who won't give up and has a chin. And I'm really looking forward to this. Now, they just announced that starting March 29th, the HBO 24/7 segment for this fight, the build-up will be on PacquiaoBradley 2. And I can say I'm really looking forward to this. HBO, again, with their original programming, some of the best TV from The Wire to Boardwalk Empire, True Blood, the actual, like, real sports and the documentaries they come up with, original movies, all of that. HBO does a great job. As far as sports, the 24/7 is really the catalyst. It's like the quintessential fight buildup. All Access is good. I don't have any problem with it, and I watch it because there's a lot of fighters over on that side of the pond with Showtime. But, I mean, HBO, something about it, the way they tell the story, the way Liev Schreiber narrates it, the pacing, the cinematography, I would have to say 24/7 is still the best. It's still, All Access can't fuck with it, in my opinion. So, I'm looking forward to it. Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao, Part 2. Starting March 29th, we'll see that that segment. And it looks like Carl Froch, Froch-Groves, the rematch that is going on, Wembley Stadium, which is huge. I mean, that's big for UK boxing and boxing in general. Just shows you that this sport is powerful, it's international, and, like, no matter what region you're in, whether you're in region 1 or 2, as they code the DVDs, boxing is big, and there's fans all over the world. So shout out to all the boxing fans worldwide. Shout out to all the UK supporters. And then having it the fight in the Wembley Stadium is remarkable. And boxing keeps doing it. Nonito Donaire and Rigondeaux last year, they did something that had only once been done against by Roy Jones Jr. That was fighting at Radio City Music Hall. And to my knowledge, the Wembley Stadium hasn't seen boxing in quite some time. I think the last time it was like Frank Bruno or somebody who no longer fights. So, looking forward to that. And HBO got smart. And that's the thing with business. I try to tell people, you never know what is going to be a great fight in boxing. There's been fights where I'm like, this is going to be a tough competitive fight, and it was really boring, or it was whack. Just off the top of my head, the Bogaray fight with Richard Brill, I was really looking forward to it. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good clash. And it was actually a stinker to me. I just wasn't enjoying myself watching it. And then there's other fights like Edeslani Lara versus Alfredo El Perro Angulo. And I was like, Lara's going to box his head off. It's going to be very one-sided. And it wasn't one-sided. Angulo pulled out all the stops. He showed that he has the power and the relentlessness to make it a tough fight with anybody. So that's my thought on boxing. And HBO skipped on the first Froch-Groves versus Carl Froch fight, and they decided to go with this one, which is a smart move, televising this one. They should have actually picked up the first one, because I really thought it would be a great fight. And if you watch both fighters before the pre-fight build-up, there was some animosity there and some disrespect. So I really felt it was going to be a good fight. I didn't know it would play out like it did play out, the controversial ending, and Carl Froch getting dropped because he has a granite chin in the first round. So look forward to the second one. That will be premiering in May. And lastly, I want to talk about Chavez Jr. I just watched the Brian Vera Chavez Jr. fight again just because it was a good fight, the rematch, and still was a good fight. I like Chavez showing some discipline in there and getting his weight down and just coming really focused. Another thing is Jean Pascal after the Chavez Jr. fight, he said, "Congrats to Chavez Jr. Let's make it happen." So he's trying to fight Chavez Jr. He's trying to get that American money, that Mexican money, and fight someone with the clout of a Chavez Jr. So hopefully we see that. He's fighting at 168 now, Chavez Jr. So I look forward to that. And I'm waiting. I contacted Brian Vera and his people because this is a picture of his hand after the Chavez Jr. fight. So I was trying to get some more information for you guys to see what actually fucking happened. As you can see, his hand looks like a cow udder, and this is after the fight. He thinks he fractured it, possibly broke it, and I'm waiting to get some clarification because I haven't heard anything. So if I do get any information, I will contact you guys, or I mean, not contact you guys, but do a fucking video and let you know. But Brian Vera, true warrior. Chavez Jr. showed he's a warrior, cut from the same cloth as his dad when he wants to be. So some good stuff on the horizon for HBO. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe to the next videos. Ego signing off.